Miss Alyssa here. First off, I just want to thank you for logging on and taking the time out of your day to watch the assigned video. It's going to be super helpful for the next couple of days. And let's get started. Today, we are going to be story detectives. This means that we are going to be looking very closely at the parts that make up every story, like who it's about, where it's happening, and what goes wrong. These parts are called story elements, and we are going to learn 4 important story elements that are essential to all stories. So, all right, story detectives, put on that detective hat, and your mission starts now. Today, we are learning 4 important story elements that are essential for every story: characters, setting, problem or conflict, and solution. Let's start with characters. Characters are the people, animals, or creatures in a story. They're the ones the story is about, like Lilo and Stitch in this picture, or the Minions in Despicable Me. A character can be someone just like you, or just like me, or something completely different. Characters do things in the story. They talk, feel, make choices, and sometimes they even get into trouble. When we're reading a story, one of your jobs as a detective is to figure out who the story is about. Now let's talk about setting. The setting is where and when the story happens. Like this picture, the setting, we're out in space, and the character is an astronaut. The setting can be a classroom, the ocean and beach, the forest. It can be day or night, in the past or in the future. So many different settings. So remember, as a story detective, you want to look for clues where the characters are and what time it is to determine the setting. Now let's talk about the problem or conflict. In every story, something goes wrong, or there's something the character needs to fix or figure out. In this picture, an earthquake just happened. That's called the problem. The problem is what makes the story exciting or scary. It makes us wonder what the character will do next. As you're listening to the story, remember to try to find out what is the big problem in this story. Finally, we've reached the solution, or resolution. The solution is how the problem gets fixed, or how the story ends. The characters might need help, use their brains, or learn something new to solve the problem. When the problem is solved, ta-da! That's the solution. So, story detectives, be on the lookout. How did the characters fix the problem in the end? Hey, story detectives, that was good hard working. Let's talk about the elements that we just learned. We talked about 4 different story elements that are essential to every story. The first one was characters, people, animals, or creatures that are in the story. The second one that we talked about was setting. That's going to be when or where the story is taking place. The third was problem or conflict. That's going to be what's going wrong. What does the character have to overcome? And the last element that we talked about today was the solution. That's when the problem has been fixed in the story. In stories, there can be many characters, many settings, many problems, and many solutions. But now that you know what those elements are, you can find them in stories that you read on your own. Thank you guys for working so hard today. I can't wait to see what you tell me tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.